Ever notice how a small group of people seem to get everything, while the majority stay stuck, no matter how hard they work? That's not an accident. It's called the 80-20 rule, and once you understand it, you'll see the world completely differently. Welcome to the Forbidden Knowledge Network. Let's decode the power behind Pareto's Law. Chapter 1. What is the 80-20 rule? In 1896, Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto noticed something strange. 20% of the people in Italy owned 80% of the land. He kept digging, and found the same imbalance everywhere. In nature. In business. In society. Today, we call it the Pareto Principle, or the 80-20 rule. It means, 80% of results come from just 20% of causes. This isn't just a statistic, it's a universal law of imbalance. Chapter 2. How the elite use it. The elite understand this rule deeply. They don't waste time chasing everything, they focus on the 20% that matters most. 20% of investments bring 80% of returns. 20% of clients bring 80% of profits. 20% of habits drive 80% of your success. That's why the rich don't work harder, they work smarter. They build systems, not routines. They focus on leverage, not labor. Chapter 3. How it's used against you. But here's the dark side, 80% of people are stuck serving the top 20%. Your job? Your bills? Your distractions? They're all part of an economic structure that keeps you busy, not free. You're rewarded just enough to keep playing, but never enough to escape the game. They want you chasing quantity over quality. Working harder instead of smarter. Scrolling instead of building. You're in the 80. Until you wake up. Chapter 4. Flip the script. So how do you use the 80-20 rule for your own freedom? Simple, audit your time. What 20% of actions create 80% of your growth? Cut the noise. Stop doing low-value tasks. Focus on what moves the needle. Invest in leverage. Learn skills that compound. Build content, code, or companies. Follow asymmetric returns. Find things where small input equals massive output. Success is not about doing more. It's about doing less, better. Closing, the forbidden truth. Here's the forbidden truth, the few who understand the 80-20 rule run the world. The rest are trapped in the 80, distracted, busy, and broke. It's time to flip the script. Focus on what matters. Leverage what works. And step into the 20% that shapes reality. This is the Forbidden Knowledge Network. Subscribe for more truths they won't teach you in school.